Hello, everybody. Welcome to Trek on Tuesday. We are doing a live trek on a Tuesday, so it is fitting for today's show. I'm going to introduce you to some friends here in a second, but just want to give you a little glimpse of what your summer next year could look like if you take a trek to the high adventure base like Philmont. We're actually live with Philmont right now. We've got Daniel, who's an associate chief ranger, and Jimmy, who is a ranger. Thanks, guys, for joining.
Of course. Yep.
How's it feeling out there?
Good. It's really nice weather we're having today. No rain yet, so everything's looking great.
Very good. Yeah, y'all, I think we were talking right before the show. You said it's around 85. Y'all don't look like you've broken a sweat, although I bet as rangers you're breaking a sweat just about every day. Is it fair to say summer season is in full swing at Philmont right now?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it takes a few days, but once the backcountry's saturated, we have anywhere between, I would say, 2,500 to like 3,500 or 100 participants in the backcountry. So we're definitely saturated at that point. We have about 40 crews coming in to base camp and 40 crews leaving base camp. So we have about, anywhere from 1,200, 1,500 people in base camp. So Philmont is busy right now.
I love to tell people that in comparison to like a council camp, every day at Philmont is Sunday and every day is Saturday. People are leaving and coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let's set the groundwork. Y'all are both rangers. So how much of your year is spent at Philmont? How many summers have you spent at Philmont?
Yeah, so for me, I've been working off season the last 3 years, but for the typical ranger, they're going to arrive here at the end of May and they're going to stay till about halfway through August. But this is my 5th summer on staff and serving as one of the associate chief rangers right now. How about you?
This is my 2nd year as a ranger. I went on a trek in 2022, 12-day trek. And the other day I was thinking, how many days have I been to Philmont? And today is my 91st day on the ranch, including all my other years.
Okay, so Jimmy and Daniel, you're both seasoned. Again, you're an associate chief ranger and a ranger. We're gonna take a wider look view at what Philmont is in just a second. But let me ask you both this before we get into it. Did you go to Philmont first as a youth? You both did?
Yep.
And then how did you go from scout to ranger?
Yeah, so I think kind of how I started out on staff is I did a trek in 2015 and I really enjoyed it. Still didn't really think I was ever going to work out here. And then I did Rayado in 2017. That's one of our individual programs, 20 days long. And I still didn't think I was going to work out on staff, but I came back on trek in 2018 and it was canceled. And then my troop went to this place called Spanish Speak Scout Reservation, where one of my rangers there, Kay Work, who may or may not be on this, she was like, you should definitely apply. So I was like 18, turning 19 at the time. So that kind of inspired me to apply to be a ranger. So yeah.
As for me, just quitting scouts when I turned 18 never quite made sense to me. Eagling out, as they call it. And I had an inspirational experience coming to Philmont in 2022 as a 17-year-old. I came with my dad and the rest of my troop, and just coming back felt like the right thing to do as soon as I could.
Makes perfect sense. I think that's maybe one of the most important questions we're going to ask today, because if you're a parent out there watching right now and you're thinking, I don't know if I can send my scout next year, if it's worth it, I don't know what's up with it, or your scout who's on the fence, anyone who's been to, look at these guys as proof. Anyone who's been to Philmont, it leaves a proverbial brand on your soul where you must come back. It calls to you, I think. And these guys are living proof of that. Okay, for those new families, people maybe who haven't been to a high adventure base before or on the fence about heading out to a trek next summer, what is Philmont? What exactly is it?
Yeah, so that's always like a hard question to answer because there's a lot of things you can do here. But at the base level, Philmont is this place where scouts come out to go on these backpacking treks in which they'll be led out by a ranger, taught backpacking skills on, how to backpack, all these additional camping skills and stuff like that they may have not encountered in their scouting careers yet. But more than that, there's 29 staff camps out here in the backcountry that, way out there, and they're going to have the opportunity to do like programs that they can't do anywhere else in scouting. Like we have mining tours, we have blacksmithing, we have black powder shooting, horseback riding, pretty much anything that was done in like the days of like the Wild West, or rock climbing on actual rock and different things like that. All these scouts have the opportunity to do that. And it's kind of all backlit by like this beautiful place that we call Philmont. And on a different level, like these treks bring out challenges and things like that, and really like show people who they are and who they can aspire to be. And I think one person put it really well is every single day at Philmont Scout Ranch, a scout's having the most important day of their life, because that's what happens out here. It's like it could be this giant rainstorm, and then it's this crew just taking some respite, like underneath the tree, just laughing at each other, like, and there's hail all around them, and they're going to remember that moment for the rest of their life. Or it could be something like really cool, like this inspires them to, like, go and do something with their life, like rock climbing or something like that. They did something that they didn't think that they could do, and then they kind of unfolds right in front of them. And that's what we're here to do. Like, our big motto in the Ranger Department is change lives, because we truly believe that any trek that you come out here is a great trek, and it's going to change your life. So that's kind of what Philmont's all about.
And some of our East Coast units, particularly those along the Appalachian and Pacific Crest Trail, might ask, why do I need to pay all that money for Philmont? But not only with Philmont are you paying for the beautiful views such as the Tooth of Time or Baldy Mountain, you're paying for the engaging interpretive program that happens at the 29 different staff camps. And also, one of the big methods of scouting is the patrol method, and Philmont truly emphasizes that with the way every aspect of Philmont.
Really good, well-rounded view. You kind of spoken to people who maybe are seasoned scouters and seasoned scouts who are like, hey, why do I need to go out there? Well, you got to go out there to see it. And then for our new families to scouting, no one is telling you this is going to be easy. But that is the point. Both getting there is a challenge. I mean, fundraising, everything, it's part of the journey. And then it's like you're gonna face these challenges that bond you with your crew in ways you just never ever expected. Now, you both have attended as youth. I know you mentioned that, and actually, I'm going to direct this to you, Jimmy, because you made a comment. Ending my scouting career after I earned Eagle and was 18 just like wasn't part of the plan. What's a Ranger? How did you choose to become a Ranger? What do you do?
Yeah. So as a Ranger, one of my favorite parts of it is seeing growth within the youth and see them come together as a team. Many of these scouts, they might be a council contingent, or they might be from the home unit, and they might know each other, may not know each other, but nonetheless, they still go through the 4 stages of team development: forming, storming, norming, and performing. Even if they already think they're a well-bonded team, I pick them up in base camp like today, and they might have some quirks or some disagreements with each other. But by the end, after I teach everything, and when I leave them on day 4 of a trek, they have come together. They're on top of things. They're able to manage their time effectively. And that's just one of my favorite parts of being a Ranger, seeing the growth in our youth.
Yeah, so you're like a super staffer, right? Like super well. Is there anything you want to add to that, Daniel?
Yeah, on like the base level, like Jimmy's job is to teach all these Rangers like hard and soft skills to like be successful here at Philmont, and really like their job is to teach like how to Philmont, right? And kind of, but what Jimmy was talking about is like we see like profound growth in crews, like even in the 3 days that we're with them out on trail, and that's kind of what he was talking about. I think he did a good job like summarizing it, but that's essentially what a Ranger is. Like, we're kind of the face of Philmont in some ways. We're one of the first people that the crew meets, and we spend the most time with them at an individual level of staff members. So we're like these people that meet the crews, coach them how to do Philmont, and are super invested in their experiences. Not that the other backcountry camps aren't, they just don't have the opportunity like we do to get to know everybody, get to learn their names, see them kind of at the beginning like fledgling Philmonters, and then when they come back in off trail, come and visit, and they tell us all about their experience. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's important to know. So the reason why meeting, people like these guys is important is because, yes, there are going to be challenges. Like, no one can predict the challenges that the wilderness is going to throw you, or your physical limitations might throw you. But Philmont operates like a well-oiled machine. It is setting you up for success, especially when you meet Rangers right off the bat. They're giving you that Philmont welcome. They're giving you all the information you need right off the bat. We really appreciate that. We've kind of got like a tiny little glimpse of what that could be like if you just landed at Philmont and you're about to start your journey. Just a reminder, there is room for a 2026 trek if you would like to sign up. We're going to talk about some of the specifics of that in just a second, but I want to make sure you all stay tuned till the end of today's show, because there are actually some promotions happening for 2026 we're going to get into in just a minute. But Jimmy and Daniel, what are some things that actually, I'm going to direct this right to you, Daniel. Quick question. How old do you have to be to go on a trek at Philmont?
Yeah, so you have to be at least 13 and have completed the 8th grade, or just 14 years old to attend treks. So our youth participants, because we have venture scouts here as well, go all the way up to 20 and not yet have turned 21. So like that's kind of like our age demographic. And then the advisor side is like, anybody above 18. And as long as they pass that medical recheck, they're welcome to be here, barring, different things that are on our website. But
Sure, yes. We'll throw up that URL here in just a second if you are ready to sign up for a trek. Audience, if you've been to Philmont, let us know. Let us know when. What was your experience? Would you go back? If you're on the fence about maybe sending your scout, let us know. Let us know if you have questions. We're going to have some awesome resources where we can get those questions answered while we are live today. Okay, now here's my question to both of you before we let you go. Why come to Philmont?
Philmont is one of, as Daniel said earlier, one of the mottos of the Ranger Department, and I think should be of Philmont altogether is change lives, and that's seen in everything we do here. Whether you do a cavalcade trek with the ranch department, or if you go on a regular trek with the Ranger Department, or if you do a conservation-oriented trek with the Conservation Department, your life will be changed. Rarely have I ever met a scout who said, I regret going to Philmont. But I see crews back in base camp, they say, hi, Jimmy, we had you with our crew. And I say, yeah, I remember you. And they talk about all the amazing things they did once I left them. It's really cool to see that fulfillment that they've had. And when I met them, they were kind of like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I'm not ready for this. That's what I'd say.
Yeah. As for me, why come to Philmont? If you're a scout out there who's felt like, maybe you haven't tested like everything you've ever learned as a scout yet, and maybe you feel like there's like something that you need to do or go on some great adventure, this is that place. I felt like when I came out on trek in 2015, I finally had an outlet to like test all the skills that I'd learned. I came out here as like a life scout at that point, and there was like a lot of really cool camping opportunities and different things like that I had, but there was nothing quite like Philmont. And being out here, sometimes we call ourselves like the Mecca of scouting, and this is one of the oldest high adventure bases and definitely the biggest. So I think this is just an amazing experience for maybe folks that aren't interested in National Jamboree or anything like that. This is a place where you get to meet scouts from all over the world. It's a place where you'll be challenged, where you're going to see profound growth in yourself and in your unit. And it's a great place to develop unit leaders. So once they come back from this trek, they can go ahead and teach all the young scouts coming into their groups and kind of inspire them to like train the next generation of that troop and train the next leaders. Because this place builds leaders through all different challenges you might have, different unique learning perspectives and things like that. But that's why I'd go to Philmont. It's an adventure of a lifetime. And, I think maybe folks that are kind of like, if you have a scout that's maybe kind of like distancing themselves from scouting because sports and whatnot, I truly believe that they're going to find immense value out of coming here. I know like some people are conflicted because like in the summer times, we have all those different sports and different extracurriculars and whatnot. But this is just 2 weeks of your time, and it's going to be a memory you're going to have for the rest of your life. So definitely I would, if you can, come out here in any capacity, whether 7, 9, 12-day trek. Every trek at Philmont's a great experience. But we could talk about it all day, but I know you guys have a schedule to keep.
We seriously could talk about it all day. Well said. Really very awesome perspectives. We're lucky to get to talk to 2 Rangers. I know y'all are busy right now, and this is work, and you have to go back to other work right now. Thanks for what you're doing out there. If you don't mind passing your mics over to John and Ben, we are actually lucky enough to get to talk to a father-son duo who is there with a crew right now. I don't know if they're about to go on a trek or if they've just been on one. We are going to find out. Hello, John and Ben. How are you?
We're doing awesome. How are you doing today? Yeah, we're starting our trek today. This is day 1 for us.
Okay, yep. I can't wait to hear all about that. So before we go any further, let me say, John is a crew's advisor out there. We're going to find out their unit number and all that. And then Ben is the youth lead for the crew. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And father and son.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all look clean, not super sweaty, so it checks. This is the first day, right?
That's day 1. Yep, we're good.
Really excited.
So where are you from? What unit?
I'm from Richmond, Virginia, and we're from Troop 715.
Very, very good. Shout out Troop 715. Hopefully you're all there, and the few of you who maybe aren't, I hope you're watching at home. You guys should be at Philmont, maybe next summer. 2026 has got some spots open. Have you been to Philmont before? That's a question for both of you.
No, this is our first time, but I had a grandpa who went out here in the 1960s, and it's been 60 years since then. Now I'm following in his place.
So cool. So what was that like for both of you growing up, maybe hearing his stories about Philmont?
Yeah, they're nothing but folk tales. They were something to behold. It was kind of like something that was way out there, wasn't very achievable. But now since I'm here, I'm really excited to live out his folk tales.
Was that your mom or was that your dad, John?
That was my wife's father, yeah. So I've been married for 24 years now. We had our anniversary just a couple days ago. And for 24 years, I've heard stories of Philmont. And I got to do Cub Scouts as a kid. But that's what we got Ben into scouting when he was a Wolf Cub Scout, and he just got his Eagle Order Review 2 weeks ago. So it's pretty exciting to go through the whole journey here.
Congratulations on your anniversary. Thank you for being a volunteer in scouting and making it possible for this group of scouts to get out there to Philmont. So are you there with your troop, or is it, who are you there with?
Yes, we actually brought 3 crews out from Richmond. So about 33 folks overall came out from Richmond, Virginia. And we've got, I guess 9 adults and the rest were scouts. So we got a whole bunch of kids out here. It's a big crew from Richmond.
So when we say crews, are we talking actual venturing crews? Or are we talking units?
All Troop 715, yes. So 3 different treks were going on here together.
Very big. I love to hear that. That's very exciting. Okay, so what is the plan for this week?
So the plan is, for my crew, is to go up north and hike around Valvidal, which is this massive plain where there's supposed to be elk mating, and there's going to be so many people, so many elks. We've got to be a great time. And we're going to hike up a mountain called Baldy. Baldy is probably the pinnacle of Philmont and just the cornerstone of all that it really teaches and leads up to, the highest point in Philmont.
We'll be doing gold panning and fur trapping and learning about astronomy and bike riding. So it's all different types of things with muzzle loading, I guess, with shooting some. Yeah. So a lot of exciting adventures up here. That's why we call it a high adventure base.
That's exactly right. Go ahead.
I said, one of my life mottos is actually to live life to the fullest and enjoy every minute of it. So when I heard there's a high adventure base, we had to do it.
Yeah, you have to say yes to these things. Some things it's like you can talk yourself out of anything. So if it sounds like it could be a really cool experience, like Philmont definitely is, there are just countless positive reviews for Philmont. Make it happen. You have time before 2026 to get a trek. How many days did y'all say?
So we're 12 days overall. Yeah. So we got the full experience.
Days. Oh man, I wish in 12 days I could talk to y'all again, just as you're getting back, just to see we could have a before and after shot. You emails, let us know if you're interested in coming on again right when you get back. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you got there today or got there last night?
Got there last night, and today's our first full day. We're doing all the check-ins, medical checks, going through all of our gear. We just got tents issued to us and our food, and now we got to make it all fit in our packs and get ready to go to the trail tomorrow.
What's the experience been like working with rangers so far?
Been phenomenal. They really have a lot of history, and they really teach you the steps of how to be successful. And it's really cool seeing folks that were a lot of times former scouts come back to be rangers, and it's something that anybody can do.
Yeah, totally. And then this is an important. This is actually probably a question for you more so, John, and then Ben, I've got a question for you. John, how long have y'all been planning this? When did you know? Yep, we're going.
So over a year and a half, we've been planning this trip. So we're kind of doing back-to-back high adventures. We actually did sea base in the Bahamas last year, sailing on a catamaran for a week. And then we had Philmont coming right afterwards. So we've had the crews all getting together and planning out what scouts are on which crew and which different treks are going to go on. So there's been a lot of planning in place. And we did multiple prep hikes getting ready for this, making sure we kind of had to shake down. So it was exciting times.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, Ben, for you. What has the preparation been like as you after you decided to go to Philmont?
Yeah, it's been a lot of pack checks, checking in with.
I've lost audio. Audience, have you lost audio? 1 second there. We can't hear you. Maybe you can hear me. Oop. Can you hear me? Hello? Test. Oh, I can hear you.
We're back.
Okay, good. Okay. We just lost audio. Would you mind repeating that, Ben? Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. For being the crew lead, it's been really important to iron out all the packs, make sure everyone has all the supplies we need to bring, and making sure everyone is prepared mentally and physically for these hikes. And it's just going to be an amazing experience, us hiking 12 days backcountry. Really excited for it.
Did you or any of your fellow scouts need to do fundraising for this?
Yes, we did. We had to go around. We did mulch sales. We do popcorn and peanuts, all that funding this trip and any trips we would like to do in the future.
Very good. I ask because it's pretty cool. Y'all have done back-to-back summers of high adventure treks. I can tell you sitting right here, I want to be a part of that troop. That unit sounds really, really fun. And probably a lot of folks are at home are like, wow, that must be nice to have the money to do that. Well, y'all, the secret is these people are fundraising. They're fundraising to do it. And they set a precedent to start doing these things every summer. More scouts want to be involved in your unit. It just starts to work out really, really well. So not to look ahead, because I know you have 12 days ahead of you, but are there plans for next year?
It's kind of a toss-up between either going up to Summit Bechtel or going over to do National Jambo. It's kind of a toss-up between those two. But we have a thing called, what is it called? Do you remember the name, Father?
So we also could do your northern tier. So Ben's also looking at maybe getting his Triple Crown. So he's trying to decide how that's going to go through.
Okay, I took a risk asking that question, thinking you might be like, no, we need a break. So yeah, you want to hit high adventure base next year. Very cool. And reminder for our audience, there's room at Philmont next year. So if you want to go, these guys started planning a year and a half ago. Right now is the time to start planning for next summer. We're getting a lot of comments, people excited about Philmont. Martha even mentions like she'd love to go back. She's been a handful of times. She's not sure she's necessarily physically up for it again. Martha, definitely look into Family Adventure Camp and some of the different programs out at Philmont. There's probably something to suit you. If you are watching this and you are ready to look a little further into some 2026 treks, head to philmontscoutranch.org and also stay tuned for just a few more minutes. We're going to talk about some promotions happening in 2026. Okay, last question for both of you, and then we have a fun little item coming your way. What are you most excited about in the next 12 days?
Definitely Baldy. I'm really excited for hiking that massive peak, seeing the entire ranch spread out across the land. I'm shaking in my timbers, just really excited for it.
You're speaking a language.
Yeah.
There we go. And I'm just excited for seeing the whole crew come together and get up to Valdi. Just not too often as an adult, you get to unplug and leave your phone away for 2 weeks and just totally just get away from everything and just enjoy this, God's green earth around us.
Couldn't have said it better. Again, everybody, you could be peeking into your summer next summer when you're looking at these guys about to launch off into their trek. Thank you all for making time. I know you're busy. You're probably a little nervous. I think we have a thank you gift for you for both coming on live with us today. Do you have them? Yay, some cool buffs. I think you're going to get use out of those.
It's pretty exciting. We're going to use them this week.
For them. Yeah,
very good. If you are at home and you're looking at those and thinking, I need one of those, whether you're going to Philmont or not, you can head to philmontscoutranch.org. There's a little link to the store at the top. Go to Tooth of Time Traders and you can order those online. Or even better, book your truck. Go to Tooth of Time Traders in person. I actually got this shirt there. It's really cool. It's, the best. Well, I can't say, I don't want to, okay, don't tell anybody I said it, but I think it's my favorite scouting store I've ever been in. So yeah, erase that from the live video behind the scenes, Brian. Thank you so much, John and Ben, for joining us today.
No problem.
Good luck. Have a great time. Good luck to your fellow scouts.
We'll see
Thank you.
We'll see you. If you don't mind passing your mic over to Philip. Okay, y'all, we are going to bring this show home with some of the most, well, I don't want to say most exciting, but maybe the most important to you information we have going into 2026. Hello, Philip. You are an associate director of camping, right?
Yes, I am.
And we have been so lucky to get to talk before. You do live videos all the time.
Yeah, I help with a lot of the preparedness seminars that we do here at Philmont.
Well, I think maybe you should just lead this. What do you need me for?
Well, I just wanted to talk a little bit about some cool promotions that we have coming up. So if you are looking at a 2026 trek here at beautiful Philmont Scout Ranch, Tooth of Time behind me, flagpoles, all that, if you are interested in coming on a trek and coming a little bit later in the season, if you want to come after July 15th, we'll actually lock in our 2025 pricing for you for any new reservations if you're looking to come a little bit later in the season. So that's the first of just a few. Do you want me to run through all of them, or do you want to talk about that a little bit first?
Well, I want to say take that deal. If I could just lock in the prices on everything I was paying a year ago, that would make a huge difference in my life. So that's pretty cool that that's going. So one more time, you're saying if people head to philmontscoutranch.org and book for 2026 treks, certain ones or all of it?
So anything after July 15th, if they go in any of the 7, 9, or 12-day treks, we'll lock in that 2025 pricing for any new reservations for if they're going to come after that time frame.
And that's just going to automatically be applied, or is there some kind of discount code or something they need to use?
They'll go into the registration system. If you have any issues, you can call and talk to our registrars, but if we'll make sure that those discounts are applied to your account.
Very cool. Okay, so you're telling me that there's more than just that? I think that's all I knew about.
Oh, there are plenty more than that.
Okay, what else?
Well, probably an exciting thing for anyone coming in 2026 is we actually have a special 250 national anniversary patch for all of our 2026 crews for the semi-quincentennial. So yeah, there's an image of it right there.
Super cool.
So you'll get a specialty patch if you come to Philmont, if you're one of those mini patch collectors. Another one I want to mention, we hear sometimes that folks are a little nervous about the Philmont experience. So if you're going to bring a new contingent or just a new crew to Philmont, we will allow one of your advisors to come to our Philmont Advisor Skills School and our Wilderness First Aid course for free. So you have to get out here to Philmont for that course before you come on your trek, but we will offer you that course for free if you're coming for a 2026 trek.
So does that mean they would come out early? They would do it as part of their, okay, so they come out a few days early, take the course.
It would actually be in the off season before you even come out here. Typically in the fall or the winter, you could come out here to Philmont and we'll offer you that Philmont, we call it the pass course, and you have that opportunity for free.
So you would pay for your flights probably out there, and then you guys have covered the course itself.
Yep, the course and the food and lodging and all that will be taken care of by Philmont if you are bringing either a new crew or a council contingent to come out here to Philmont in 26.
Okay, that's awesome. Can I get in on that deal?
Sure. Get your trek together. Let's do it. We'll make it happen.
I really like that. I think that that's actually awesome because I think probably a lot of people at home, like just being honest, are on the fence because they're thinking, I can't do it. My scouts want to go, but they're not thinking this through. How would I as an adult ever handle this? Philmont's got the answer, of course.
And one more thing, if you jump on it now and get a reservation in before July 26th, you'll be entered into a drawing where your crew will get custom crew t-shirts for their trek while they're here at Philmont. So another good incentive to go ahead and jump on and get registered for a trek in 2026.
That's actually huge. We know we're not ignoring that Jamboree is coming next summer. So we know you might have a full scouting plate, but make some room because these are actually pretty big deals. I've really never heard of these things happening at any high adventure base. So super cool. Philmont leaves we don't need to say it, but a huge lasting impression. Look at the comments. Everybody wants to say when they went or when they're going. Some folks are going to be out there next week. Super cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. I hope that a lot of our viewers are going to be out there next year for 2026. So again, you want to run through all those incentives one more time?
Sure, I can. So our 2025 pricing will be locked in for any new reservations that are planning to come after July 15th. That's that first one. We have the semi-quincentennial patch for all of our 2026 crews all around. We have a free Philmont Advisor Skills School and Wilderness First Aid course for one advisor for any new crew or council contingent. And finally, any new reservation now through July 26th will be entered into a drawing for custom crew t-shirts for their trek. So all awesome things to get you to jump in and get a reservation for next summer.
Very cool. PhilmontScoutRanch.org has everything and more. Also, Tooth of Time Traders is up there. I really hope everybody considers a trek for 2026. If you haven't already, tag somebody in the comments who you think could benefit from watching today's show, somebody you think wants to go to Philmont, hasn't been to Philmont, has never considered going to Philmont, but should. This is the time to start planning. Spots are filling up quickly, but there's some pretty cool incentives to take those last few spots that are available. Today, we've gotten to talk to rangers. We got to talk to a crew that is literally headed out on their trek tomorrow. And then, Philip, it's always really nice to get to talk with you. You always give us all the cool information, all of the exciting ways that you are supporting volunteers and scouts to actually get out there to Philmont.
Always happy to do that. And you've probably seen quite a few of our crews getting ready for the trail walking behind me today as well. So come out to Philmont.
I really, really hope maybe John and Ben can film like some kind of selfie style video and send it to us right after they get back, because yes, I am seeing all those people walking behind you and they look clean and really energetic, and the transformation is amazing and cool when you see people get back, I imagine.
Oh yeah, like the Rangers talked about, it really does change lives. It's an amazing experience here at Philmont that everyone in scouting should try to take the opportunity to have it.
Couldn't have said it better. Gear Report Maker says, I want to be like Philip when I grow up. I totally agree. I hope it's not too late for me. Philip, is there anything else we need to let the good people know before we let you go?
I don't think so. I think just get on the website, check out our programs. And like you've mentioned previously, we're trying to get people out on treks for 2026. But if a trek isn't the right fit, there are many individual opportunities, family programs, and tons of opportunities to get you out here at Philmont. So we can't wait to see you here on the ranch.
Very good. Yes, I've seen a comment saying having to go back and watch from the beginning of the video. This video will stay up after you've watched live. Check it out. Tag somebody who should watch it. Thank you, Philmont, for catching up with us right in the middle of your busiest season. We really appreciate you.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.